Hello students, today I will share 8 tips that will help you make a successful digital marketing plan. I am Anisha Julal, a former student of the digital marketing minor, and these 8 tips have helped me during this minor, resulting in a good academic performance. Here is a quick overview of the 8 topics of the tips that I will cover in this video. Before we start, I would like to introduce you to Sushito Rotterdam. This was my DMP company and I will use them as an example during this presentation. They are a pokeball and sushi burrito restaurant located at Blaak, right across from the library and Markthal. With a total of 7 locations, the company operates in the fast casual food industry. Now I can start sharing my tips. The first tip I want to give you is to start by checking the course manual, rubrics, weekly deliverables and other relevant documents and write down all the elements of the DMP. This allows you to get a better expectation of the upcoming assignments. This is important as you gain a clear understanding of the project and makes dividing tasks easier. This clarity allows you to focus on specific tasks and prevents you from overlooking essential details. It also helps with the time management of your project. My second tip is to incorporate the corporate identity into your digital marketing plan. This enhances the creativity, making it more appealing to both teachers and businesses. This not only improves the readability, but also gives us a more professional appearance. An excellent example of a company with a clear corporate identity is Sushito Rotterdam. It incorporates a dynamic logo, distinctive fonts, colors and slogans. Typically, companies document all their corporate identity elements, but in case you have encountered difficulties obtaining this document, there are also free tools available to help you identify similar elements to those of the company. Some tools I used are MyFonts and Canva. On this slide, you'll see some examples of how I've used the corporate identity of Sushito Rotterdam into my DMP presentation. You can see that I've used their colors, fonts, images, and more. It can happen that during your DMP, your company may face time constraints and be reluctant to share information. I have encountered a similar situation with my company and have devised a solution. In our case, we needed access to Google Analytics, but they were hesitant to share this and had limited time to assist us. To address this, we approached the situation differently. We created a document with specific questions outlining exactly what we needed and where they could find this in the system. This not only reduced their workload but also simplified the process for them, which resulted in us getting the information. So my tip is to make sure to have clear communication, ask detailed questions and guide them to the information. The fourth tip I want to share is to ensure that every part of your DMP has a clear reasoning behind the choices made. This not only demonstrates a thoughtful and analytical approach, but also adds depth and credibility to your work. Also, always explain the risk and how you are planning to prevent them. By consistently articulating the why behind each aspect of your project, you contribute to a more comprehensive understanding and reinforce your decisions. This prevents readers from having lingering questions. To ensure that I did this, I used my version of the 5 times why method. While this method is typically used to investigate the head cause of the problem, I adapted to ensure comprehensive coverage for the assignment. In doing so, I repeatedly asked why, how, what, when, where, or who at least 5 times to explore the different sides of the topic. On the slide, you will see an example of my DMP for Sushito Rotterdam for the social media campaign, explaining why we chose the platforms Instagram and TikTok. Another valuable tip for creating an overview and ensuring you have all the necessary information for your DMP is to use theories and models. These can include the marketing models and theories you have learned from your studies. Some, like the digital health check and the 8 Ps, are prescribed by the minor. However, there are numerous other models to consider, like the ones shown on the slide. The next tip is to leverage ChatGPT as a tool to enhance your writing. When it comes to grammar and spelling checking, you can input your text to identify grammatical errors and sentence structure issues. The tool provides instant feedback. Some prompts you can use for this are shown in the slide. This can result in time efficiency and a professional text. However, it is essential to use critical thinking and check the text, as ChatGPT can make mistakes. Ensure that the text still aligns with your goals and the company's standards. More information about this will also be given during the lessons. Remember that AI-generated text must be marked in gray colors and that the prompts and search process should be shown in the notes section or appendix. Your DMP should have academic sources to justify your research, which should be color-coded in a reference list. It is important to check the reliability of the source to ensure that your DMP is correct. My tip is to use the roadmap of the University of Applied Science Rotterdam, which includes the following steps. Step 1 is to orientate on the topic you want to research. After that, you can search for sources on many different places like the internet, journals, and newspapers. On these places are many different ways to get the right information. Knowing exactly what you want and where you can find this is crucial. There are many different methods to do so. You can use the AND or and NOT methods, or you can use filters. After searching for information and finding it, it is important to check if the information is relevant, reliable, current, and complete. To do so, you can use the CRAAP model. For the DMP, it is important to reference the information that you use. For the minor, it's asked you do this in APA style. During the minor, you will get a research session talking in detail about how to check the credibility of your source. When creating your digital marketing plan, you will collect a lot of information. Enhancing the communication of this information and the creativity can be done by creating visuals. The types of visuals you can utilize are images, videos, infographics, tables, diagrams, and much more. On the slide, you will see some examples on the visuals I created for the DMP of Sofisto Rotterdam. So, here is again a quick overview of all the 8 tips I've just given to you. Remember this when you are working on your DMP for a successful plan. Good luck!